or his deck just goes like a little bit bigger than our deck does. Generally, being slightly larger in the creature matches is where you want to be. All right, I'm going to go ahead and create a straw poll real quick for whether or not we want to keep casting CoCo or play some more Big Red. Because I could take a break. I kept the Big Red deck because I want to play it some more. All right, go ahead and vote. Yeah, I think I would play the same deck again. I liked it a lot. It has a lot of more play to it than I thought it would. So what can he do here? Absolute worst case scenario here is he has Dromoka's Command, because he can pump this and then fight. I think if he has Dromoka's Command, we're probably just dying anyway. So I'm just gonna like slam this Mantis Rider and hope to rail him. Yeah, there isn't a lot of play to this deck, which is why I mentioned earlier, like, I tend to shy away from these types of decks, because these decks, I tend to play the question decks more than the answer decks more than the question decks in formats like Standard. So well, he doesn't have it, so that's really good for us. All right, looks like this is gonna be the last collected company matchup. All right, we're gonna get hyped for some Legacy. Unfortunately, this is game 1, so we're gonna have to play out this match. I'm not just gonna concede the match, but Nissa downtick, sure. Yep. And we get to Krasis, tap this idiot, hit him for another 6. Land. Another Krasis is actually pretty good, though. Tap your blocker. Ship with the guys. The Big Red deck reminds me of when I first started playing Legacy, and like was mostly a casual still then, and like it's just like big exciting things, and you're playing Legacy because it's just like this sweet format with all the really busted things happen, and we get to do the really busted things, and it's awesome. So it's a good time. I definitely enjoy it. All right, didn't have the removal spell last turn, so probably doesn't have it this turn. Krasis only targets creatures. It does. It's not actually Deceiver Exarch. It only targets creatures. It's not permanent. Yep. So this lets him move these counters over, but I don't really care. He's going to 3 here. Next turn, we get to Krasis, tap something else again, and then crack him again. Hi, Manny Verity. The only problem I find with Legacy is that my opponents... I mean, we did die on turn 1 in addition to killing people on turn 1, so I completely understand. It's just, I feel like the big red deck gets to be the one that does all the broken stuff on turn 1 far more often than any other deck in the format. And it's delicious. If he has Valorous Stance here, why didn't he block? I'm really confused. Oh, he wanted to get the extra counters, I guess? Teach his own, I guess. If he has a Gideon here, we could die, I guess. Huh. I really thought we were going to win this game. I guess that Sylvan Advocate attack was bad. Valorous Stance wasn't on the list of cards I considered when I made that attack. If he has another Nissa or Gideon here, we're very likely just dead. Which is unfortunate. Turn 1 Chandra was great. Yep, you're not wrong. Definitely enjoyed that quite a bit. If he doesn't have anything here, we could be in an okay spot still. Yeah, sweet. It's looking like it. Jamoka's command is pretty good too. So we Krasis, tap his avatar, crash with the team. I turned two to an elf player twice in a row. I put a Gristlebrand into play turn 1 against someone, and then drew into an Emrakul, and just turn 1 Emrakul Gristlebranded him. It's a good time. Good times were had by all. There is a link to my YouTube channel below the stream. You could find all of my past stream archives on there. Legacy, Standard, some older Modern. We'll get back to Modern again next month. And then my Hex Constructed streams as well. They're all sorted into playlists. So attack with 4 lethal creatures. What you got? You got a Dramoka's Command? I have a Dramoka's Command too. What's targeting once? Nobody knows. Actual no idea. That being said, we're going to Jamoka's Command back here. And we're going to put a 1/1 counter on this. So these two trade. And then we're going to fight this Bounding Krasis with this Thopter so it doesn't get a 1/1 counter. I don't know if this is optimal for us. It gets his avatar off the board, which means our Savage Knuckleblade is free to like go to Slam Town. Slam Jam. These two fight. Move to blocks, bud. Yeah, triple block the Mantis Rider, chump that. I assume you're triple blocking the Mantis Rider. You have to triple block the Mantis Rider, right? Otherwise, it just like gobbles you up. All right, yep, to each his own. Maybe he has a Gideon, and it's going to go down tick Nissa, Gideon Emblem, have a bunch of 3/3 flyers. And he's still dead on board. The next invitational is the second weekend in April. There aren't a lot of opens. Like, there's only one open this month, which is really nice because I've been traveling a lot, and I'm looking forward to weekends home with the family to, both spend time with family and play some Hex. All the invitationals are modern and standard now. There's no more Legacy invitationals. Thank God. Legacy's a good time, but it's pretty high variance, and I'd prefer it to... It's after the Eldrazi ban. The invitational is after the Eldrazi ban. In fact, week 1 of new standard is... when is it? Week 1 of the next standard format is Baltimore, which is also after the next ban. All right, so he's got a large avatar. Remember the manland, yep. I also have Hasty Knuckleblade, so... You're dead on board. I believe they're after the Invitational, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Roast seems good. Stratus Dancer seems medium at best. Felidar Cub kills his thing. Maybe we want more of these. This matchup seems like it could be hard, and Cub and Draboka's Command both kill. Alright, yeah, I think I'm just going to board like this. Super pretty minimal. I guess Hollowed Moonlight could be okay, but I don't know if I want to cut... I think I like Jeskai Charm more. Yeah, just a bit. Why more green-red Tron? Like, the aggressive decks that were good before the Eldrazi are going to be good. Like, Burn, Infect, Affinity will still be the best decks in the format, basically. Like, once you ban Eldrazi. Strawpull says 40 votes to 15 votes, essentially, for Legacy Big Red. So we're definitely playing Legacy after this match, which sounds great. Both my kids are still sleeping. Oh, no, wait. I might be a liar. I think my youngest is waking up. Nope, be laid back down. All right. This hand's slow, but I think Reflector Mage is too good to not keep in this matchup. Like, Reflector Maging Hanger Backwalker is just like the stones. Burn Falls on 1. So Flooded Strand probably getting blue-white dual tapped. Teaching's alright. I don't know that I'd call it bad, good or bad, but pay's not great. I don't know if I'm going to teach another class next quarter or not. I am fortunate enough that we don't necessarily need the income, especially with Magic. Magic's been good to me this year. We've been winning doing well at a lot of tournaments, so if we keep that up, I won't need to teach another class, which would be great. I'm an adjunct. Most people are adjuncts. A lot of schools have largely moved away from having full-time faculty because full-time faculty is expensive and adjuncts are cheap by comparison. I teach mathematics. This semester I'm teaching an introductory probability and statistics class. So my background is I have a master's in pure mathematics from Illinois State University here in Bloomington, Illinois. I don't know what safe space trend is, so probably not. I'll snap block your Endless one, probably blocking Servant as well. I will take 3 here. Let's just play good old Reflector Mage and undo everything your Managord or Hydra has worked for all of his life. Bounce that idiot. Crack you for